Hi, everybody. We are here today to talk with one of our beloved ducks. Hi, Vanvelvet. How are you?
Doing great, and you?
Good, good. And today we are going to present, we are very excited because we are going to present our new Ident that has been directed by you with your immense, wonderful team. And first of all, saying that we are Flying Duck and we are a creative studio, and we do like magic, design, animation, VFX, and we work with an immense, incredible pool of artists. And here is one of them, coming straight from Barcelona, but born in Argentina. So, Pan. Well, also mention that the title of the Ident is Ducky Boy, and has been like working really hard for like a couple of years, and it's gonna be released officially next week. She's gonna show us the precious face now.
Hello.
Hello, Bam, how are you?
So that's the official Dax head for the old Ducky Boy. So how are
So
you doing?
good, good. Also very excited because we can announce that we have already a couple of nominations for short films.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yes. Just before releasing it.
Yeah.
Exciting news.
And let me introduce you a little bit to the audiences. I met you a long time ago doing some School of Motion training, and it was like an instant crush that we love each other, we like what we are doing, and we start to just be more than colleagues and collaborators, and then friends. And you came here a couple of times, so yeah.
I'm gonna be back soon.
I know. And also saying a little bit about you, that you don't do only animation, you are forming in also like cinematography. So that's kind of one of the reasons why we wanted to bring you to the team, for all this eclectic set of skill sets that you have. So I would love to ask you a little bit how did you start in the industry?
Okay. So where to start? Well, yeah, I've been I've been this child. I was writing and writing in the corners, alone. So I said, well, somehow it was writing was my thing. It was mainly all about creating things, words, and everything, and dark poetry, of course. But and I was so shy, but I didn't want to stay like that. Somehow, there was this calling of being a social being. So little by little, researching things that I could do, I discovered I could go into films, like study the cinema school. So that's what I did. I went into cinema school thinking that maybe screenwriting would be my thing, but I discovered that directing was my thing. And it was sort of a contrast for the person I was when I was a teenager, as I was so shy and, just no social being at all. But I discovered that being a director was all about storytelling, but bringing together so many different disciplines that I love, that involves camera work, lighting, writing, and so many other things. And even I cannot do all these things, all this stuff, but you can bring people into the team and work together and create something out of this. And that was like, wow. What? This is stunning. Yeah, wow. So I fell in love with directing, film directing, and from there I just started out. um but then something happened in my life. Like I had a life, and then the next day it was like my life completely changed. And so my engines would stop. I I was in a very dark period of my life, and so from there I discovered that editing was something that I was really good at. And also having this director mindset, I felt like a co-pilot for directors, and so I started this post-production world. Like I entered this industry from this post-production door, and from there I discovered compositing, VFX, and animation, little by little, design, until one day I discovered there was one thing called motion design.
That
That sort of combined more than one thing, yes, and not just what I started out, but how it went during all those years until I become a motion designer. I'm still a film director, creative director sometimes. I discovered this thing about being a creative director more like being in an office and directing projects rather than being at the location or studio and shooting stuff. You know, sort of.
well, we saw a couple of like posts that you were on shooting, directing people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. Well, also documentary films where you don't direct them exactly, but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a
That
very fantastic experience working
with
with
that
people.
you reply my next question that was like tell me
Yeah,
about your
that
career. So I'm gonna jump to the second to the next one. That's
oh,
how what would you say that is your bigger strength?
yeah, that's a tough one. I'd say that's a tough one. So I've been thinking about this for a while, and my my thing I would say this is like my strength is imagination. I would say like I always come up with ideas and stories, and I always have stories for everything. So that's sort of my thing, and I think from there I can build my other strengths that are I can be good at with technology, your cameras or computers, and well editing like this director mindset, creating visual stories are sort of my thing, and from there like this marriage between my imagination and my visual thing, magic thing. It's what I would say that it's my strength.
And who do you think is like your biggest influence and your inspiring people and characters?
Okay, like there are like the big names, and then there are the others because I love the big names, and these for me are like ordinary folk, imaginary forces, Elastic, Sarovsky. I love Erin Sarovsky. She's like my idol. And I love film directors like Kauris Maki or Vindenberg or well, so many others. But then there are other artists that are like the big names, the middle names, and the other names. So for these other two, there are people like Tony Zagorayos that it's like, wow, he was my mentor once, and I love him since. Uh, he's such an amazing artist. He's from Greece. Sorry. He's
Grace.
from Greece. Okay, so and then well, obviously Raoul Marx. He works with Patrick Clare. These are like the big names as well. Vale Duhamel and Snask. They sort of different style, but there's more pinky, colorful things, and I love them mainly because they do all these handcrafted design. That's for me. It's like whoa, I'm a fan. And then there are people like you. Yeah, you. No, yeah, but I mean, we are surrounded with so many talented people.
Yeah,
I'm
we
on
are.
LinkedIn every day or on Instagram every day, and I'm, networking with people all the time, and they're so, wow, the amazing artists.
Yeah,
And no famous names around
Yeah.
our field, but still,
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
so many
Agree.
other people around us. Maybe I should do a list of people that it's not like the big names.
Yeah, I agree. That's one of the things. Like we had this conversation many times that in Flying Duck we push the new talent. We try to bring people that they are not so famous or known. But yeah, I totally agree with you. That also brings to the next question. That is, like this kind of more ethical way of thinking and stepping up from the emotion. What hobbies do you have that you believe they improve,
Okay, so hobbies it's a big one for me as well.
or activities?
But yeah, activity sounds much better because since I had my kid, I think my hobbies didn't have a place in my timeline. So before I'd say my hobbies were music, like playing things, analog things. I love singing a little bit, dancing, and every time I can, and writing. But writing is not my hobby; it's like my thing, like part of my essence. But I had time for that before. Now, not so much. But then I love going to places like going with my bike everywhere and going to the mountains, discover new path in the nature.
I love
That's
hiking as
something that,
well. Yeah.
yeah, any kind of hiking, I'm up for this.
And why did you accept it when we proposed you to be part of Flying Duck? Is like, tell us a little bit.
Oh, that's the love story. Okay, so that is like I met this girl, she's Alexa, once, and yeah, she has this. You have you have this amazing sort of um, skill sets. I say, like as a person, as an artist, as a technician as well. You and you were we were so much alike in so many things. Um, I like to think about things with you. Like we can explore conversations from different perspectives, more controversial, more, reflective, or we can give perspective to things. And then you started in studio and you have obviously a vision for it. And that's for me, visions, I'm always up for visions. And so when you proposed this idea and also it brought these words you brought these words like quirky and modular, and there was some other words around like ethical, obviously, and how ethical and quirky could work together. I was like, oh my god. So yeah, I just say like an instant crash, like, yeah, say yes instantly. No, not something I need to think twice.
Well, we feel very, very proud of having you among the ducks. You know that we are huge fan of your work. So, and now we are going to be talking a little bit about your ident.
Okay, that
So
quirky thing.
that quirky thing. So explain a little bit. Is like, where did you got the idea and a little bit the process and
Well, the idea, I that's that would be something to explore in time. It was a long time ago, but again, there was these words like quirky, ethical, talking about something that it matters to the world, to us, how this could be modular somehow, ducts, how a duck and a person could combine together into something. Um, I, for me, there was maybe this part of my life of this quirky and dancing thing. So,
I'm witness.
it,
I'm witness.
so yeah, and then they combined together in an idea that it was this duck with a big head and being a human with a big head and dancing. And from there was, the next, there was another idea of bringing some duckies to this old Ducky Boy that was so. There was this a boy, but in sort of a female style in a way. So this sort of flow between genres or something that I was interested in as well. And the idea of having this sort of ducky boy that he can fly and everything, and he goes into the ocean, and the ocean is so dirty, and he sort of ends up drinking himself. So it's like, and he's disgusting. It's like, oh, he's sort of contaminating the ocean, and he's not happy about himself at the same time for doing that, or for maybe not understanding he's doing that. So sort of. I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it does for me. Probably for the people, they need to watch it. Yeah.
And about the process, so we decided to do part in live action and part to the animation, and also integrate. I love all these kind of integration. So integrate some cell animation into the live action, and that was what we did for the Ident. So we shoot with this boy and the girls, and we have this boy jumping
Well, don't
in
reveal.
the air
Don't reveal.
to finally, fall into the ocean, and from there just do the animation stuff under the. Probably we couldn't shoot the
people.
under.
If you want to see more, just click on the link, okay, and whatever it is, and watch the video, watch the Ident. and
let
then,
us know if it makes any sense.
Exactly. And then the last but no least, what projects are you involved, and tell us a little bit the future and future plans, the one that you can talk about it.
Yeah, well, now I'm in a process and sort of in a transition. I've been in this transition for a while now, like from being a freelancer to working as a studio. Being a studio, meaning that bringing up front the people I work with. There are mainly two people in my team. There's this guy from Nicaragua. He's an amazing illustrator, animator, Juan Ramon, and also Amin. He's in Pakistan. They're both incredible. I love them. And so it was sort of, becoming a studio was like, okay, we are these three people working together and stuff. But obviously, when depending on the project, we might need some other people to work with us, especially when we shoot things. But then I started this partnership just recent, like not long time ago, with a producer. She's also a TV host, and we are developing a new partnership to work together on TV projects, films, and obviously all motion designs for films, animation, for films, documentaries, and TV. So these are the plans, ongoing plans, like always.
No, those sound great. We can't wait to see how that is developing. And so we are going to have another interview with you that after releasing the video that is going to be talking more about like behind the scenes and revealing more details. So be ready and be prepared.
Details. What details you mean?
Yeah, like all inspirations, all the balls, like work in progress, just whatever it comes to.
In fact, today I just posted this reel on Instagram about one of these things that are like for me are typical for from directors. Like we always think things are possible. Like, oh, what if we have this car crashing into the wall? It's not so hard to do. People is like, we don't think so. It's that easy. So that I had this idea of, like the cinematographer walking backwards with a big camera and the grip and everything. And, you needed to, sit on the floor and then let the actor jump over his
you
head.
and the camera.
So, but for those things, you always, as a director, you need to lead with an example. So you have to do it first. Look at me. This can be done. So these kind of things. Okay, we can talk later about this.
Exactly. Well, Van, thank you so much for being with us today.
No, thanks to you.
And stay tuned for more updates.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.